Ah, yes. Pallas. If you think Khalsi dialogue is hard to understand, well, good luck trying to understand Pallas, who always speak poetically. A priestess from Minos that is secretly undergoing treatment in Rhodes Island. A carefree, inspiring and cultured person. And apparently also a drunkard. In today's video of Arknights Operator story, we will talk more about Pallas and her story in Arknights. Pallas is a forte that was born in Minos. And thanks to her background in that country, we got more insight about Minos. Minos is a rather small country near Sargon. And they are definitely not in good terms. Long time ago, Sargon invaded Minos. Sargon destroyed anything related to Minoan culture, temples, and technology. Minos is a country that has a strong faith in their culture, history and heroes. So the Minoan were like, hey you. Sargon and the people weren't just stand still and watch the invader destroy their homeland. Sargon's tyranny eventually led to the rise of the 12 heroes, who successfully unite the Minoans and drove the invader out of their land. Centuries pass, the tension between the two countries have decreased. Central region of Minos grew ever more prosperous. But the smaller villages near the border are still harassed by some Sargon tribe. During this time, Pallas was a priestess for the Hall of Heroes in the central region. And not just any priestess, her rank is equivalent to a military commander. But one day accident occurred, where Pallas' left ankle was injured. And eventually contracted oropathy, and becoming an infected. Minos is a lenient country regarding the infected issues. But to maintain the image of the legendary heroes. And preventing the soldiers and citizens from gaining any doubts of their image of her. The news about Pallas' infection was to be covered up. And so Pallas can no longer serve as the priestess in the Hall of Heroes. She then quietly disappeared from the public eye. And became a nameless priestess in the remote Akroti village near Sargon border. Like many other villages in the surrounding border, this village is still regularly harassed by some Sargon tribe. During her time in that village, along with a Sarkas that work as her bodyguard, Pallas became a symbol of hope for the people. Not only did she proactively work to heal the villagers, she even joined in the front lines and commanded many battles against those Sargon tribe. After a decisive victory, she negotiated the signing of the non-aggression pact between the Minoan border villages and the Sargon border tribes. This only further increased people's faith in her to fanatical levels, even calling her a goddess of victory and wisdom. But Pallas remained humble. Besides commanding the resistance, she also worked with the locals to develop tourism industry in the village, such as building the Heroes Square, theater performance, and a mixed gender onsen. Gentlemen, I think I know where the next event should be. One day in that village, Pallas and her bodyguard stumbled upon heavy rain in the border. If you watch my heavy rain story video, this must be the time where she left the army after she became a scapegoat. She fell unconscious from her wound and hunger. Pallas' bodyguard think they shouldn't help her, because she might be an assassin from Sargon. But as a priestess, it's Pallas' duty to help those in needs. Pallas then took heavy rain and tend her wounds. After she woke up, the two have some talk and then heavy rain continue her journey. Later at night, Pallas and her bodyguard can be seen overlooking the village. They suddenly feel the presence of someone lurking in the dark. It was a Sarkas mercenary, tasked to track heavy rain and kill her. The Sarkas mercenary wanted to interrogate the two about heavy rain. And also capture or kill Pallas, since she's an important figure for some Sargonian. But he clearly underestimated these two, and then a fight broke out. One day, Pallas' bodyguard contacted Rhodes Island, in hope that they can provide a complete treatment for the priestess. After that, Pallas came to Rhodes Island to receive treatment in secret. Pallas initially was just a patient with a special case. But after gained interest in Rhodes Island cause, she immediately decided to join Rhodes Island combat forces. But her Sarkas bodyguard kept trying to register her to the logistics or medical departments. saying that Pallas need to keep her safety and identity a secret. But having enough of Pallas shenanigan, the Sark has left without a second thought. During her time in Rhodes Island, like many other infected operator, Pallas received a treatment and also providing combat support. She has a standard combat ability, an excellent tactical planning, and also has a professional medical knowledge. Her weapon of choice is some kind of sophisticated flail that was made by none other than our best weaponsmith, Vulcan. This priestess, who used to thinking while standing upright, also become a special deputy to help our work in the interlocking competition. Interlocking competition itself is a kind of military exercise, originated from Minos, where organizations compete against each other. The only problem that most people have with her is that she loved drinking way too much. Part of the reason is probably she's trying to cope with reality. That she left Minos, and her dream to be acknowledged as a hero is nothing more than a pipe dream. Because in Minos, to be called a hero is an honor of the highest degree. But nonetheless, even if she hasn't become a national hero or something like that, she already done a good deeds protecting her people in Minos, and proactive at seeking change for the infected here in Rhodes Island. That should be all. Adios.